Hi there, Zipp here. I hope you will enjoy this day 2 LGS highlights. I'm also doing watch parties, so if you want to catch me live, I will be on YouTube every day of LGS. And yeah, now let's start the video and I'll see you in the next one. See you.
Kill, and they waste their Horizon Ulti and Horizon Q. Oh my god, Disciple with the shots on the Catalyst. That boy Sykes getting put in his place a little bit, man. Sheesh!
XX does get the full reset.
They do, and now Ascend applying pressure on the Dojo here.
Oh my god, Design with a 180 clip onto Lufka.
Yeah, this is big time, bro. Designful is definitely frying, man. He's looking at his prime. As they're getting wrapped from the backside, bro. Enemy's gonna be 20 HP with like 60 armor left. And Dojo's just trying to avoid conflict right now and make Ascend and Exet fight, but I don't think it's gonna happen. It's just whoever fights first loses and whoever fights last wins. No real plays can be made here, bro.
The ones that have the high ground, Timmy deciding to back off, play this a little bit safer within limited amount of time, but post-kill comes through and decimates with the R99.
Trying to match that, and he's about to get the Motherload. That's going to be huge for this final circle right now, especially having a fuse.
Massive call out. Vicky Dojo also now out in the open. Exet able to kind of play this a little bit safer, waiting for the opportunity to use that additional damage for the win.
Oh, they're isolating Dojo. They're isolating Dojo. They know that Ascent on the high ground here. Design takes an evac tower right in front of them. Where are they going to land? They're going to be playing by the tree. They lose on an enemy. They got pinched.
Wait, teams are dying though, here we go! Design gonna drop down! Gonna play the knockdown shield! Ascend eliminated, can the Dojo win? They're gonna slide for solo! And Dojo wins! Dojo takes game number 4.
You played for the knockdown, and they come through! Dojo take the dub that they've been working so hard for! Dojo got the mojo, and they're here to show it.
The value that crypto provides you in a scenario like this is so high. Your ability to scout and get a full picture of what's going on as an IGL, even start a fight at an advantage with the EMP, could be devastating, jumping onto squads like Dreamfire or Exet if you need to play defense.
Dreamfire is set up so beautifully here. They have all the shield cells they're sharing, but they also have shield swaps available to them. Should Exet decide to push down, they can immediately grab that, because that's the issue here. It's all about timing. With the Dojo sitting on top of Dreamfire, Exet cover, it's all about who has to move first and how can you position yourself to make the other teams engage.
And Dreamfire's spot is really unusual for them. Most of the time during the course of the last day, during the course of the championship, I should say, they've been the ones that play the active high ground position. Recognizing they finally cannot do that, this is still a game-winning spot. You can hold on to low ground for long enough that you straight up win, but it's going to be critical that they use the Dark Veil to block off lines of sight from other teams like Ascend and Exet, because otherwise it is just going to be third party on fourth party, on Dreamfire ultimately not being able to find a win.
G7 Scout in the hands of post-kill, but only 30 bullets in it, so he's gonna have to make every single one count. But you can see Exet taking to the sky, but with the Dojo on high ground, they're able to take down 2 members and knock his last alive. But unfortunately, that was their only option, to play for some more eliminations with these 4 squads at each other's throats. L-Star in hands of Timmy now. They're gonna start putting some pressure as Dreamfire cleans up the rest of Exet.
And great Dark Veil to make it happen. Unfortunately, they expose themselves to fire from the high ground. Pipe takes to the skies, and they're trying to push up to the Dojo and have no way to do it. Fortunately for Dreamfire, the Dojo have multiple avenues that they need to cover, blocking out Exet as well. They've got so little high ground left, and actually, Ascend have the chance to pick up a win here. The other 2 squads, Dreamfire and Dojo, have to fight.
They're trying to retain high ground, go for a shield swap that keeps Timmy alive. That's what I'm used to seeing of Timmy, but Ascend, this is everything for them, with the fences, with the Jennies, but they are making the push onto Dreamfire for the win as the Dojo is just eliminated. Lufka getting all the damage and post-kill, just throwing himself right into it, and Ascend, they are your winners of match number 1.
Fantastic win for Ascend, and it is the day that they needed it. Had a few questions.
Yeah, they are. I hit 142. Somebody carry back. I need to stay with Caribou. They're there. They're behind the box.
Can you look at back? I'm feeder.
Okay.
I can stay with them.
High team still there. Hey, go here. Bro, you can't use it like... Oh, yeah. Can you take them off the fucking window? That's actually really annoying.
Yeah. Knock one to this again.
Yeah.
All right, we just witnessed Alliance and Complexity, a little bit of that happening on that western side of the zone. Dark Zero discussed what is our next course of action. Can we keep this team from pushing off the high ground? But 100 Thieves in landslide proper already expended the bubble and going up an aggressive LG Chivas.
That quick overextension from Baxlon. It's not bad if Dark Zero never turn around, but Dark Zero looked for the kill. Got a little bit of damage on, enough to take out Baxlon, and now their backs are a lot more clear. Complexity with a very different journey in, are fighting Alliance, who have the low ground, and with Effect down, with Alliance gone, Complexity owned the southwestern side of the ring.
Complexity doing what we needed to do. We were talking about that cutoff on winners and losers bracket, and it was Complexity who was sitting just on the outskirts looking in, and coming in 40th place. They knew that their backs were up against the wall. They needed to perform here today, and they are starting off so strong. At least 7 eliminations for the team with 6 squads remaining that could easily turn into double digits. They turn their sights onto North Eption, but not before Zero wants to get in on the action. The mother load down, but this almost looks more like a defensive mother load.
It definitely is. They're making sure that LG can't push up onto them. EMP gonna do nothing in the face of that particular cooldown. Motherload not affected. 100 Thieves instead, the ones that were previously sandwiched between LG and DZ, have gotten to survive for a little while longer, and it is only a little while. Post-kill gonna hit the floor. We'll see how long he's able to survive as Dark Zero are on the hunt.
That was a double res from Kashera with the drone. We were talking about it. Kashera does lose his life here. And 100 Thieves going down. Dark Zero in the center of the zone, wreaking havoc on everyone. Zainu throwing out the black hole. It's going to connect just like that. Niazul from LG Chivas will go down.
What a great punish off of the Horizon ult as well. It's enough for Dark Zero to get a foothold into this fight, while North Option suffer losses off to the north. Dark Zero have lost just their fuse for right now, but with Zainu going down, it's all in the hands of Jen Burton, and Jen Burton doesn't find the first shield swap.
And North Eption able to clean out the left side as Complexity fall. We're at the final 4 squads. You have LG Chivas, Dark Zero, Ascend falling now, but there's only 1 member. It's been like a rat race, and look where Lufka has been able to position himself on the Valk. We're playing hide and seek here.
Classic Valkyrie gameplay. We'll see how long Lufka's able to keep hidden, as LG haven't noticed him just yet, but a little bit of noise, a nice turnaround. All it takes is 1 drop for the best players to know you're there, and Jen Burton's in a similar spot. He's been sniffed out. Out comes the ultimate, giving him no place to run. Jen Burton is gone.
Well, now we have a quick shield swap, but North Eption knows the tides have turned. The numbers are in their advantage.
My Lord.
And Laika finds that first opening. Not they just need to get their hands on the last member of LG, and they should be your map 2 winners. And just like that, North Eption reigning from the APAC North LCQ, showing out on match number 2. K-Swinny pushing forward, doing what they have to do. Dreamfire leaving the comfort of their building with the Dark Veil as they go for it straight into Exet. Fun already down, but Pita going at the hands of Sykes, able to hold the ground. Beast of the Hunt is activated, giving him a little bit of movement speed. Sykes, what are you doing?
One more.
We just need to connect it, but he will fall. Dreamfire, regardless, is eliminated, and Knock, the glue holding that team together, must play for his life.
Enter Force 36 go down. LCDF out. Element 6 start rotating over towards Exet, but Start Fight have already moved up to them, where Dojo fight for their lives in Monument.
We have 3 teams in a small vicinity, but you know who survives here. The Dojo, as a content creator, Timmy started off before diving into competitive. This was the playground, so I fully expect Dojo to excel here. They've already got a knock onto Jaguares, and Element 6 has been eliminated off the screen, but the reset coming in. Timmy has the Bangle, has an L-Star, and wants to find success, but North Eption will be that next team.
Perhaps beyond. As you said, they're healing a bit slow, and time is of the essence. The ring is starting to close, and they are not the only ones that have to move. Dojo and North Eption will be going out alongside each other. North Eption do get a wall to separate themselves a little bit more, but in the ring, what awaits them in the ring? Alliance, Pulverex still alive, Exet, the last member, and Start a Fight still have to make their way in.
But everything to the left of this is fully open. You're just trying to play on the road, any kind of head peek you can, and Ascend has been in their positioning from at least 10 minutes ago in this match and being able to fence it up. This is starting to look like the first match where they won. You can see the Dojo rotating around. Hackis is still up for Alliance, as well as Yuki and Effect trying their best. Grab lift to the sky. Black hole in between, threading the needle of the two Dark Veils. Does get poked and prodded, but everything is connecting. You see the damage going out, and it's a fight in the air.
Everybody trying to get airborne, but the gravity lift finally expires. Effect goes down. Yuki's going to follow. An Alliance on the ropes. Have Dojo pushing up on them. This is going to be the end of Alliance. Dojo could take them out.
Start a fight fall, and Hackis last alive. You can see that it's going to be Effect stepping back in his chair. He knows he's full and must rely on Hackis to make something happen, but it is Ascend, it is Dojo and Hackis last standing for the final three, and Timmy up in the rocks, but Ascend is so healthy. They already have a knock-on enemy, a knock-on design, and now we push to cover the distance.
Yeah, it's just a matter of finishing the job. We've seen them do it before, and a little bit of sandwiching coming in. The last member of Alliance helping push the Dojo out, getting a bit of revenge for what happened earlier. Ascend are set to mark their second victory on World's Edge, and it just falls into their laps. What a call from Kashera to put Ascend in that position to get them their second win in 3 matches.
Currently 4 squads left. It's Exet, Dojo, Ascend, and Dark Zero. Dark Zero playing this as just Zainu right now, staying alive for the rest of the team.
Honestly, it was smart for Ascend to move out, clear out the first rat. They know that Zainu's also a solo. If they can get rid of both rats that were on the southern edge, happens right there. Now Ascend have nothing to worry about from their backs. All they have to do is focus on who's coming in from the front, and there's a very real possibility that Dojo and Exet might run into each other first.
Unless Dojo griefs Ascend in this situation, or Ascend wants to grief themselves, if they engage in this fight first, that's going to be the green light for Dojo to go in for the third party. Full 3-man squads left in this lobby. Our last 3 remaining teams, Dojo, Exet, and Ascend. While Ascend are safe in the south side of that circle. Timmy with these hemi shots. Gets the beam once again. He's got the Digi threat on the R9 here too, and they have that slight high ground. Wondering if they have the Catalyst wall on top of that, because that's going to be so important for a circle like this.
And this is why Ascend cleared out their backs. They saw what was going to happen, backed off, and now it is Dojo and Exet battling it out. Ascend waiting in the wings for the perfect opportunity to strike. You see Timmy trying to deal a little bit of damage to Ascend to deter them from pushing up and making sort of sneaky moves. But now we're falling into a little bit of calm before the storm. Which squad will make the first push?
He's got less than 25 seconds on the clock. He should be fine for right now, but Exit has them in their sights. They see that they were split up just a little bit. Saw that Fun was trying to put in some pressure with the 30-30 right now, but they also know that Dojo is to the right. Any of Dojo or Exit commit first, their backs will be exposed. Lufka having to be careful.
5 seconds before they start shrinking, and someone's going to have to make a move first. Bow check in the hands of post-kill. Design fill up in the sky as he tries to land an Arc Star, hopefully looking for that initiate and opens an opportunity for Dojo to push.
On the other side too, taking it off angle, Design gets melted down. Enemy gets the knock on Nocturnal, but they can't overextend here. Even with that knock, it's Exit that are going to try to reset here. Which of these teams are going to capitalize? Timmy is dealing with Ascend himself, adding in pressure to the right, while the rest of his teammates are dealing with Exit, giving him suppressed fire if he's in their line of sight. Beautiful communication that we're currently seeing right now from Dojo, and they still have height advantage for right now.
Timmy spots out Ascend, deciding to make their push, and he knows that he has to alert the rest of the squad to come and help them. Now Ascend are the ones that have the high ground. Timmy deciding to back off, play this a little bit safer within a limited amount of time, but post-kill comes through and decimates with the R99.
There's a Jenny coming in clutch too with a creeping barrage, helping out Ascend stay in this position by the rock, tries to set up the Watson fence, gets deleted just as quickly. Here comes that Catalyst wall that they're waiting for. Just that patience paying off for Dojo. See enemy just trying to restabilize. Not sure if he's got the meds. Okay, he pops the med kit real quick right alongside Timmy. They're dropping some ammo for Design Full. Looks like they were lacking of some ammunition earlier on, and here comes a catwall from Exit. Trying to match that, and he's about to get the Motherload. That's going to be huge for this final circle right now, especially having a fuse.
Massive call out, Vicky. Dojo also now out in the open. Exet able to kind of play this a little bit safer, waiting for the opportunity to use that additional damage for the win.
Oh, they're isolating Dojo. They're isolating Dojo. They know that Ascent on the high ground here. Design takes an evac tower right in front of them. Where are they going to land? They're going to be playing by the tree. They lose on an enemy. They got pinched. They got gripped by both teams here. Here comes the EMP ringing through. The Motherload controlling some space. face. Ascend get eliminated in third. Dojo in this 2v1. You played through a knockdown, and they come through. Dojo take the dub that they've been working so hard for. Dojo got the mojo, and they're here to show it.
Look at right side. Break it, break it. Break it. Nice.
They're back on left too. One on roof, shooting at roof.
I got my scanning in roof, scanning in roof.
Fuse 80. I'm queuing up on ulti. Come. Yeah.
Oh, 201! 200! I did 200 damage!
Okay, let's kill him. Go Dolt. We can fight this side. Use that, let's go. On me, we're going. Die. Crack them. Get inside.
Come inside.
They dropped, heal up and get inside. On me, it's you. They're under. Q this and reset, he's healing here.
Yeah, pop the back.
Heal up full. Yes, I'm chilling.
I'm queuing out. Yeah. You're chilling like this.
Rest after heal. Yes, after the thing, heal.
Yeah.
You guys, okay?
Resing. Cover.
They're swinging. No, you chill. Rest.
Oh, what the fuck, man?
Rest. Roof. Careful. Yeah, they pick your roof. They're both on the roof on the right side.
I'm heal effect.
You by side part. They're resing. I have no Q. Rest.
Okay, res.
Just watch. Yeah, I'm watching. They're shooting me. They're trying to kill me.
Clear me.
Use that.
Give it out.
Pushing you.
I'm going out. I'm dead.
They get shot by
another team coming in. Another team coming in.
Kill this guy. Just on me.
I'm just trying.
You're gonna kill me. Help myself.
Awesome miscoms here, but Hoggies is still alive. The Dream is still alive for a fact. They dropped down. The reset happened. The fact that Exet still survived that with Dark Zero trying to go in for a third party. The circle is completely pulling away from this armory where the team that was holding the Dragon Ball buildings have now made their rotation into Godspot. Dong Kung holding the north side. Complexity still by the edge, and the circle is now to the backs of Alliance, Dark Zero, and Exet.
The chaos in this building has completely shifted all these players' focuses. Hack is trying to no way! Almost able to clutch that up for Alliance, but they go down. Exet go down. Everyone fighting in that building, trying to escape to safe area. And you know who did it early? LG. They flew over everyone and avoided that fight to get into this final zone. Smart choice. They cleared out Riddle Order while all that chaos was going on. Now they find themselves in a much better position to try to battle it out with Complexity and Tom Young-kun, like you said.
Even the Trident wanted to get into final circle right there. You saw it dancing in the air on top of the gravity lift real quick. Dong Young-kun, we talked about them before, and now on that north side. I love how you highlighted LG, saying hasta la vista all the way down below, said we want no business on that mess. We're able to go into the south side of that circle, and now LG get eliminated at the hands of Dong Young-kun to be able to finish off what was left of them, with also some help from Complexity now moving in. 2 squads left, Dong Young-kun versus Complexity here, and they are beaming from the rock. The team that took Godspot, that patiently waited in our circle buildings, are your winners for game number 5. Yeah, the catwall has already been called in, and so has the black hole. But this is where the bloodbath is going to be. With the circle closing in on all their backs, this is not just 3 teams. This is 5 teams rotating from this north side circle area. 310 have been taken out, and now they're going to be funneled into the line of sight of Dark Zero, Complexity, LG, Dreamfire. They're all going to engage and collapse on each other. Both ranks of Alliance finding themselves in a fight.
Insane frag out of Zainu in the kill feed that is absolutely not helping Alliance right now. Exet going down, Alliance down to 1, and this chaos on the north side is what we were waiting to see happen. FaZe now down to 2, Alliance out. In the process, down to Snipe down alone for FaZe and 2 on SAF. Everyone battling it out, and they're all just going to fall at the end.
Oh my God, Zero.
SAF that somehow comes out on top. FaZe out.
Zero's gotten a back-to-back Kraber shot, has gotten 2 knocks. One of them looked like it could have been a hipfire because it was onto one of the members of Complexity in their building, and now are trying to take advantage of one pick onto Pulverex. Yanya from Luminosity creeping up onto Dreamfire, the last one alive from Luminosity right now. What is Yanya gonna do with Dreamfire rotating away? They have the double catwall to work with that they already used up earlier.
But this is similar to what we saw Ascend do. Dreamfire want to clear out Yanya if they can, get rid of the rat at their backs, but they decide it's too much. They're gonna move back to safety because SAF now claiming a bit of real estate in that next circle as well. Yanya has escaped and can at least try to get some points for LG in the process, but DZ need to leave the building. They need to push towards safety, and that will be right into Pulverex that they will have to move through.
Yanya looks like he's got too much practice off of last season. Let me tell you, that was a beautiful escape right there. The disengage from Dreamfire, who if they knew that that was a rat, if that was a solo, that could have been absolutely fantastic. But now with Yanya surviving, our last few squads, 5 squads left, he has to inch forward, and Dark Zero's in front of him, so he will be creeping up right behind them.
This needs to be perfectly timed for DZ. We've got the full kit coming through. Kraber is ready to go in the hands of Zero. He's looking to try and sneak one of those shots through, get that opening for the team to make this push in and get themselves in a better spot. You do see some damage coming out here. This might be the opportunity for DZ.
X marks the spot, and I don't think it's the one piece here as Zero tries to go around. He tries to get another hipfire shot with the Kraber. Backing away while Zainu gets the knock on the R9. Pulverex get eliminated. It is 4 squads left. Dark Zero from the skies, navigating through the catwall right now, but their backs are to the circle, and Yanya steals a knock, takes out Gen Burden for now, and the shield swap on top of it. How is he getting away with this? Dreamfire have the God spot on height.
And this is why you want to clear the rats out when you know where they are. He does finally go down, but now DC shortly follow. It is all Dreamfire at this moment. They clean it up, and the crowd is very happy with Dreamfire closing out match number 6.
The way they wanted, as quickly as they would have wanted. Now they have to retreat back to their building. Blackhand do a good job there of holding, doing a little bit of damage to make them retreat. But Moist Esports, I like the proactiveness of that. However, one thing you can't account for is a Kraber. And all of a sudden, Blackhand lose one over to Lassie de France.
Elsewhere, Stormcatcher is going to be where all the action's going down. Lassie de France versus SAF, as SAF will try and get the better here, but it's a trade 2 for 2. Ironblood Gaming go down, Lassie de France are out, so SAF do very well to ensure they win that one. Black Hole goes down as a last resort to try and stay alive.
Sleep trying to do what he can, but you can see he's under so much pressure, has to play the knockdown shield, does have the Prowler from the package. So he might be able to win a little close 1v1 if someone does push, but this isn't looking like a 1v1. This is looking like a lobby versus 1. It's 100 Thieves who are wrapping to clean up the pieces. You also have FC Destroy overlooking this. Start fight eliminated. As now 100 Thieves have to deal with FC Destroy.
Kicker also there, Singularity also there. LG Chivas now arriving as a 2. This western side is full of teams right now, and you want to be the last team to enter this if you can, but great damage from 100 Thieves.
Really important that the Digi's in the hands of Vaxelon here. He saw it smoked in on the Bangalore, and he's got all the vision you could possibly want. They don't get the clean wipe, but they create enough space and time for them to move forward.
But now here comes Kick as well. Can they surprise them? Because FC Destroy is still distracting 100 Thieves here. Even though they go down, how much damage has 100 Thieves taken? It's enough for Kick to waltz on in and say, we'll clean that up, thank you very much.
100 Thieves will be eliminated. So as you say, Kick move in. And who would have thought, right, if you're not contesting off drop, maybe you can put a game together here. And Kick Esports re-evaluating the game plan from day 1 and changing it up in game 2. But the question is now, can they survive? Because there's pressure coming in, but they do get the knock.
Yeah, LG Chivas coming in as a 2, but Team Singularity are watching on from a distance. This is a nightmare for Kick. They thought they were the ones doing the third party, but unfortunately they're going to be the ones getting third party as Kick go down, as well as LG Chivas, and it's Team Singularity. Well, as round 4 closes, the 2 winners from this circle pool, J-Lings and Pioneers. Circle's coming their way. So Blackhand, Onic, Singularity, they're all going to be on this left side with Moist Esports, and they're going to have to push over to the east. Those teams we were saying need maybe 20, 30 points in this set, and you could achieve that with a victory. We've seen those big games and how important they could be. Think of Sentinels yesterday when they got that 1 win. There's now Singularity will push in and get the first knock here.
This is the team that could upset things, right? Elysium's back, and he's looking to take over the lobbies once more. Moist Esports will be eliminated as Team Singularity continue to scrap here with Blackhand. They did get some good damage down initially, They did get a first knock, but now Bing goes in. Can he finish off the kills, though? It's looking a bit messy here. It's all up to Elysium.
Well, you said Elysium's back. Can he do the unthinkable here? It's a 1 versus 3. Onyx still not getting involved just yet.
Jayling's off the back of that information as well, seeing where the zone is going to be pulling. They've decided now, with the height going to be taken out of those other buildings, across from them, you can see Onyx Esports shooting at right now, that they can take the height. They can play it for the late game.
Jayling certainly in prime position right now. Blackhand are going to be arriving from the south and could just pinch the Pioneers, and that isn't going to be fun for them. Blackhand still being one of these teams that has ran through the lobby. Remember, they were holding that building from an early stage, and they were comfortable in their fights, they were confident in their fights, and they need to wait for all of these dark veils to dissipate.
Might have to eat up this bang ult as well. We'll be able to survive, though. Smokes go out as well. They do get the gen down right on the edge of zone, which is going to stop any more barrages coming in, any more grenades being thrown at them, and it's also going to eat up those Qs from Catalyst. So, Blackhand, full Evo shields for them. It's only a corner they have to play, but you're in a corner. If you've got a gen, it becomes a much more playable spot.
You saw Elysium there on the map overhead. The last remaining player from Singularity just trying to rat away right below the Pioneers. And Pioneers at the moment, their biggest worry is Blackhand.
Elysium just saying, I am but a bush. Please ignore me. Jayling's now trying to take a command as much space as they can. Look at the kill feed though, Strafing Flame with that Kraber has taken down Nasky from KCP, and now Blackhand see that as the trigger to push forward.
Zane goes down as well. KCP starting to potentially fall here. And the Pioneers will find Singularity. So unfortunately, the final member goes down. 4 squads remain. Make it 3, because the Pioneers eventually do get eliminated. So Onyx Esports, Blackhand, and Jaylings. Now Jaylings hold the height. They've got the Watson fences down. They have made their fortress. And they say, catch us if you can, get up here. We will hold this for as long as possible. And the circle is pulling towards them.
One thing that's very good, Jaylings, they're so good at closing out these end games. They know they have the priority position, and they are very, very adept in making sure they aren't the team to make that first mistake. They can also try and force Blackhand and Onyx into each other because they're going to be close together by the circle. It's about just doing damage and forcing them to fight.
Well, the corner that Noises was just on, just outside of this building, that's where the circle's going to be finishing. So Jaylings, they can wait, they can force that damage between Onyx and Blackhand, and it should be as simple as arriving to the fight last. As now you see Onyx and Blackhand taking the fight against one another.
Blackhand taking damage. Strafing Flame's going to be there. JMW getting involved still, picking up a few kills with a triple take. Jayling's in a premium position to surely close this game out. They pick up yet more kills as they take to the high ground. The flank comes in from Nags. He's just going to be shooting fish in a barrel. Onyx Esports eliminated, and now it's just about closing out.
Blackhand have done well, though, to stay as a full 3. If they can reset, this is still winnable.
There's the EMP coming in, though. The EMP is a problem for Blackhand. They're down to just 2, and look at the shields. Look at the health here for Jaylings. It's the perfect game if they can convert. It should be a simple job. Send in Nags, get the damage done, and call yourself the champions. The calm before the storm here. All of the southern side has now been dealt with. Blackhand were the last survivors from that scuffle that went down. I say scuffle, it's kind of like an underselling of it. It was about 10 teams who tried to force their way into zone. Blackhand are the winners, and now they take the building below 100 Thieves. But you can also hear the E6 fans starting to pick up the volume a little bit here in Birmingham, because Slayers and K-Swinney are still involved in this endgame.
But E6 did excellently to hold this building earlier and then still escape with their lives, at least 2 of them, which gives them still a chance, a slim chance at that in this final circle. But we've seen games being won by 2 players plenty of times before, and even at this tournament. Remember, NRG did it earlier on yesterday. But 100 Thieves still hold one of the prime positions. Kick now arriving from the northwest. SAF are also pushing in as E6 are forcing themselves up this ramp.
Looking across the composition, 100 Thieves scoring on the Gibby. This could be big as the zone maybe starts to pull away from the building. We go back to the old Gibby meta. If you can be the one team to throw your bubble out and create some false cover, then you can survive a little bit longer. K-Swinney doing damage with that Kraber. 9 shots to work with. He can influence this final lobby hugely.
And we've seen plenty of highlight reels with K-Swinney popping off with the Kraber as well. So that kind of adds an extra half a player to E6 here. So maybe it's not a 2-man, but it suddenly becomes 2.5. It's all going to explode in about 30 seconds when suddenly E6 are going to be forced in. Kick are going to be forced in.
You can see here that Kick are aware of the E6 players' positions as well. They're trying to swing out, they're trying to do some damage on the cross to make them easy kills for the likes of Blackhand and 100 Thieves up on that high ground. That will then clear the space for them to be center zone. And it looks like they want to take this fight. Kick, you can see they're thinking about throwing the Dark Veil down, cutting the zone in half and taking this fight early to then allow the rest of the lobby to do the damage, them to reset and then be involved in that endgame.
I mean, when you look at where the circle's finishing, Kick are closest to it at the moment, and I like the position. They've got the wall to work with. They can kind of use it as a head glitch as well if they get pushed. A longbow just to try and take out any players that are going to be arriving from a distance. Kick in a fantastic position at the moment, but 100 Thieves still have that height.
Fusel not having too much of an impact, you can see. Now E6 are going to be forced by the zone. They're going to be flushed out. But if K-Swinny can hit one shot with the Kraber in his hands after popping this battery, maybe he can find somewhere to play, or maybe it's going to be a respawn beacon and a little bit of concrete that keeps E6 alive here.
E6 just desperate to draw attention elsewhere, as we see in the kill feed. Suddenly that attention has been dragged away from them. Vaxelon gets the opener, 100 Thieves showing what they can do from that high ground. And now here comes all the ultimates. Black Hole goes down to try and catch out E6, but they are able to destroy it.
Still a 2 here, E6. Kaku's going down might force them out from the high ground, but they return to their little hidey hole once more.
Parkour.
K-Swinny now popping a few cells to see if he can be full shields. Blackhand still fully alive, by the way. Piercing spikes are going to chip away at the armor, but that one's not going to quite connect. You can see the Blackhand are more than aware of the position coming in.
Jinx just trying to stay alive as well, as eventually 100 Thieves are going to have to leave this building. But Blackhand are right underneath them. They're very conscious of where they might be, and the Watson fences could prove to be annoying to them.
Here's the bubble. The bubble goes down. That's going to protect them from the bombardment. And also, Scurry on the MK. He's got the PK, and he might be saying goodnight to some of these players in front of him.
1, 2, 3 shots connect, and now here comes the bombardment. Will go down as 100 Thieves. They have taken a lot of damage here. E6 get eliminated. Kick and Blackhand are the two favorites here.
Oh, look at the damage coming in from the defensive bombardment. It's huge. It's almost game-changing here. 100 Thieves saying that Jimmy still lives here. Kick eliminated. Scurry and Vaxelon to close things out to 1v1. Vaxelon will win it. Blackhand come out on top. Disruptor rounds are going to be on that alternator, no, and that's going to shred away at shields and certainly create opening damage. Look at 100 Thieves, though. They're stuck behind this tree and they are being focus fired, but they do have the Gibraltar. That's going to allow them momentarily to reset, but can they get into a position here to escape the bubble afterwards? The Black Hole's going to go down on the outside of it, and now 100 Thieves are just meeting the grinder.
What a big moment this could be for Moist. Remember, they are so close to getting towards a toe auto. Consider themselves a chance for the winner's bracket, but now Waltzy, the last remaining player. 100 Thieves go down, 4 squads remaining. But remember, there are weak squads as Moist are down to just 1.
I talked about the walk-in for start of fight. They have this side of the zone to themselves, and now they're in a position to clean up some kills, clean up some damage, and most importantly, command space in this final zone. This could be a big win for them if they could keep their cool, keep their composure, and convert. Look at the position here of Area 310, though. Right on top of that rock. They're going to have the height for the longest time. We'll see. Will be eliminated as Jinxie takes him down. 3 squads remaining now. The solo is dealt with.
Well, at least now we get a straight 3 versus 3 versus 3. No rats to be a pain in the backside here, but Area 310, not only have they got the position on the map, but they also have this Kraber. Lemon as a caustic as well could be a huge influence in this final circle. As soon as that Nox grenade goes down, everyone's going to struggle not only to keep their health healthy, but also struggle to see.
Well, when life gives you Lemon and a Kraber, we're going to have to see if he can make lemonade out of the rest of the lobby. For now, though, it's going to be the Vault. Frag grenade's going to be rolled forward. Dark Veil goes down, and still commanding this side of the zone is Area 310. They have the Caustic, and we all know that Caustic in end zone can be so devastating.
Area 310 were in 34th position coming into this one on 32 points, so they need a big old game here to give themselves any chance of getting into that winner's bracket, but this is their best chance, if ever. But Riddle Order playing the height very well here and also avoiding SAF at the moment. It really depends where SAF go here. If SAF jump on Area 310, then maybe there's a chance for Riddle Order.
I don't think they have a chance here. Unfortunately, SAF, they just get sandwiched into a corner. They're going to be cleaned up pretty much without taking damage here, Area 310, but they have given up the height, and now you're seeing they lose 1 player. Starfight still have 1 player alive as well, and Lemon with the Kraber needs to hit the shot, but he whiffs.
What an opportunity that was to kind of maybe set things straight and keep things alive for Area 310. Still a chance with the no-scope, misses that one. Lemon surely gonna get pressed and surely will go down here as Rid Lauder now dominate this final circle.
Smiak now, who at least gets them into a top 2 position. Rid Lauder now should be able to clean this game up. They are dressed in red and they also can call themselves champions.
Okay, over at Survey Camp, this is sort of the continuation of that Overlook conundrum that we had going on before. So this is going to be Riddle Order versus LG version, I don't know, 3 by this point. Oh, Niesel getting a great angle there through the Thermite, and re-peaks it for another crack.
Oh, it gets the knock though onto Niesel on the other side. It's Riddle Order, Leciter Fonts, and Ascend snipping out. The fight that they missed out on before. It's been 50 years since this fight has been going on, and it's gonna be 50 more. Going in, finally diving into this building. Riddle Order get eliminated. Leciter Fonts.
Oh no.
Having some fun as the EMP comes in.
The EMP, that signals you know who it is. Ascend on the back end of this. They might not have the Bloodhound scans to tell them who's in there, but the EMP would have given them the information. Wow. Do they have enough firepower to take this out? Though Kashera, he tries to get out, but no. What a beautiful turnaround from LCDF with a little bit of help from LG.
Psychop with the Kraber once again until they finally take out the last member of Leciter Fonts. That's going to be at the hands of Yanya as LG now make their rotation. The choke point right in front of Moist that have been holding this position since the beginning of time of this game. So LG playing this out as a duo, already at a disadvantage in terms of numbers. Teams now exiting out of Skyhook, this is what I was talking about, exiting out of these buildings. You're out in the open. Yes, you have the natural cover of the Rock's defense line, but now having to fight with the ring against your back. Black Hand, one of our more consistent teams right now, fighting for their life straight from the flame. Doesn't look at the shield swap, sees that it's already empty, is going to be able to pop the shield back for right now as the catwall is blocking to the right.
Does look like it's 2v2 at this point. Gets the headshot with the Kraber, and they'll push straight through the smoke to try and get this final wipe onto Exed here.
Easy flash to his head, I guess here. Exit get taken out, and Waltzy take out Yanyo with the nade. LG Chivas get taken out of the lobby. 5 squads left.
You can see them up in the top end there. Black Hand, they are playing Bangalore, Watson, Catalyst.
Left Vessel walk in first. We just shit on them. We need to focus the Catalyst, okay? Don't let them get a cat wall down. Yeah. That's their win condition. I'm calling it now. I'm gonna dome this guy. I'm gonna double headshot him.
Okay.
Watch me miss every bullet.
They're fucking under.
Wait, what? When they drop?
They're dropping.
Oops.
I think.
I'm walling now.
Okay.
Wall, fence the wall.
Yeah.
We can't let them wrap our left, yeah?
Yeah.
They're pushing right. They're underneath the tower right now.
I'm molding.
Yeah.
They get all.
I'm kind of shitting on them. Just fire. Don't let us get wrapped on the right. Fence it.
Decking.
I'm checking this right wall. Hey, play on me.
I'm getting fences real quick.
They're on the field.
They're on the right.
West split.
Play towards the left. Play towards the left. Just play towards the left. Play on my side, player. Play on my side.
Okay.
Big left.
Play left.
Play left.
Play left. We're good. Play on me. Play self. Play self. Which one?
I
think.
One everything.
I think we just chill. Play left again.
Okay.
Left again.
I'm getting hit by Q.
Tim.
It's chill.
Oh, I can't.
Just chill.
I'm eating Q.
I'm eating zone.
They're not out yet. Strafing's Flame is still alive for now as Moist Esports take to the high ground. The Catwalls looking like tic-tac-toe. 2 squads left. 100 teams eliminated, and the last member of Black Hand get taken out with Moist Esports taking game number 4, our first game on World's Edge.
Okay, let's have a look at Dreamfire here. They're back in Skyhook, and they've got NRG just ringing them right now. Just below them, though, it's KCP versus Black Hand, trying to dodge that black hole. KCP gonna try and use that gravity lift. Oh man, there's so much cover here for Black Hand, though, and if they don't get this done soon, Exit will destroy both teams, I guarantee you.
Well, that's one way to try to force a team outside of a Newcastle wall, and then you get stunned just for another team to try to third party and take a different off angle. It's Exet coming from the skies there. What are you resing here from the Newcastle? We had the purple knockdown, so it's not like you have extra health as if you had a gold knockdown shield. So now XSET gets a benefit as KCP are eliminated.
Yeah, huge amounts of KP going over to them there, and because they get that fight so easily, they can now turn around and think about 100 Thieves, maybe even Dreamfire, who are back towards Skyhook. Team Singularity versus Element 6 with what is left of Epicenter in the circle. Element 6 are going to trade that first kill out. Now they're a little bit on top of things. Too close range really to get that knuckle cluster using. Just trying to finish off someone to get the armor swap. Will do that. And Singularity go down, but 100 Thieves are in the hunt. It's just a pops the mother load to try and retreat, but that'll do nothing. But put out some fireworks to celebrate 100 Thieves winning.
Oh, all that hard work from K-Swinny to be shut down by 100 Thieves. Rotating from the south side of the circle, and alongside them is going to be XSET and Dreamfire engaging in the fight in the mouth of the cave here. Dreamfire, though, have a better rotation. They can just rotate through the cave if they so wanted to, maybe go through the choke point by survey, or it looks like they're actually opting to overcommit and actually rotate from right behind XSET here.
They don't choose that route. They want to take the hard way, and they're going to try and make it through XSET here. They do get on top of them. Both teams trying to slide down the hill and keeping their mind on that zone as it pushes them further and further towards Survey Camp. You can see members of both teams dropping, and 3MZ, who has gone off for his team, is very unhappy about that.
Honestly, it could have been a live or die situation there because look who was waiting for them to choke. It was IBG, so even if they decided to go through that choke point, they would have been sandwiched between XSET and IBG.
It's one of the best spoiler spots in the game, honestly. You know, this is such a great spot when teams have to rotate in for Survey Camp. It's quite a safe one, honestly.
IBG playing this out as a duo, getting the last member of XSET, which was Nocturnal. Also getting that extra loot from his box before they start rotating right back to that high ground. Rock, here comes the gravity lift. Thank you very much. They desperately needed meds, so that's why they were able to get that last straggler. So thank you very much, Nocturnal.
You can see just trying to constrict space on that north and western side here. They just need to worry about start of fight. If they clear them out, we really like their spot. Meanwhile, those teams down the bottom who were around the buildings, 100 Thieves, Moist, and Onyx, it's going to be a tougher, much harder entrance into the zone for them.
Yeah, with Riddle Order getting ahead of start of fight, they're in probably the best position until this circle closes and start of fight is forced into their line of sight. Riddle Order will need to keep up the pressure onto them. IBG also feeling the pressure from Riddle Order on the other side as they're holding two different angles to make sure that there's extra pressure on the teams in the circle and start of fight that's outside the circle.
Yeah, so Moist are good here for the moment, right? Unless someone starts pushing into them, but too many teams are busy fighting on the outside. That's Onyx and 100 Thieves here. Oh, can't quite make it out alive. Jailings will be probably dealing with IBG. There you go, they go down. Onyx, can they get the reset here? I think everyone else is just too worried about everything else going around, and Onyx probably will make this.
With Onyx, or rather Moist, not okay, I spoke too soon. I was gonna say Moist haven't left their building. They poked out just for that, and they were able to get Raggy. Riddle Order once again have the high ground, but look who is neighboring that right behind this. Rocking trying to
they don't see that at all! They just drop down straight into the shark's jaws!
Jailings! JFW gets taken out, but now this is the green light for start of fight, and Moist Esports have an opportunity!
This is a terrible blunder, and it means Moist, they are going to take advantage of that immediately. The gravity lift up on top, Riddle Order. I don't think they can do anything about this.
Oh my god!
He hits the 360!
What a beast! 360 Graver shot into the top true combo! Moist take back-to-back wins on World's Edge!
106 on one. They're walling. Yes, smokes.
I'm getting to you.
They're here. They're like.
We need to play this left side, I think. Put them in the pinch.
Yeah, I'm down.
I smoked them.
Selling and falling back a bit. There's team fighting mechanic too.
Where am I good?
Play our left side, Fussy. Team in tunnel behind us as well. Behind us.
Better kill these guys. Working them.
Okay, almost cracked one. I'm batting.
15.
I got smoked. I got
charging.
Batting.
I got Horizon Odin.
No, that's mine on you. People, come to me.
I'm trying, we're naded.
We have to fight the team behind, I think.
I'm stuck.
Holy
What the fuck is this?
I think we just enter 100
Don't
thieves.
stress. We did.
Wow, Moist, nothing they can do about that there. Wrapped on by multiple teams and start a fight 100 Thieves, and I think there's another team in there as well. Riddle Order, it looks like that was. Yeah, unfortunately, just absolutely nothing they could do. They would have had to fight a team way earlier, been way more aggressive, I think, to make anything happen. So it's 100 Thieves here, really, with just a loot bonanza in the tunnel. I mean, who needs the loot vault when you got all the boxes? Yeah, Black Hand, we've seen the next circle, and it is 100% on Black Hand here. It can only get better for them at this point. They are number one in this group here, in this series, and it's just going to be, honestly, I think it's going to be a bit of a firing range for the APAC South boys here. So, Onic, they will be able to stay in their banana, in their snake just a little bit, but you can see Jailings up the top here. They will have to actually exit those buildings to try and get a little further in.
Meanwhile, while Onic is inside the circle, inside of that building, they're going to get pinched by Dreamfire, and on the other side, they were already poking at Exet, so they could be the other side of the sandwich. Team Singularity, as they move in from an evac tower from the choke point up the hill from Geyser to the north side, are on the edge close to Black Hand. You mentioned it before, Gino, one of the only ways to try to contest that spot is flying from the ground or flying from the sky, but it's about how you're going to be able to approach that next circle if you're going to get pinched by LG, who has rooftop of that building.
That's when you have to start playing all the angles, Vicky. You know, that's why Dreamfire are underneath here. But honestly, you know, since we don't see Gibraltar that much in the meta anymore, playing under and around these buildings is just so much harder than it once was. Smokes, sure, they can stop other teams seeing you, but the Digis exist, and teams will have them at this point in the game.
It's not from their own loot, it's off these death boxes. Onic Esports get taken out, so does FC Destroy in your feed. 8 squads left as E6 takes on top of the roof with the Beast of the Hunt activated from Slayers. They've been here this whole time. Purple light mag in the hands with the card. Going for the reset as the creepy barrage has also been called in. Thanks to the gravity lift, they will be able to avoid at least some of that damage.
Yeah, and even if you weren't lucky enough to get a Digi, we're seeing a lot of Bloodhound here in this tournament, so they give themselves multiple options to see through those smokes. Tyler just spraying it down here. As you can see, I mean, that's why one of the reasons why Horizon is such a strong pick at the moment. You can just get in there. There's so much vertical mobility, just like we saw there.
Tyler, Control Legend here, can K-Swinny clutch it up, though right behind him is the other member, E6, get taken out by Rory. The last member alive by Dreamfire. He's playing off the knockdown skills. He goes for the quickest shield swap at the same time, but can he get away? This two-man squad is now approaching.
Yeah, I don't know. Exet are looking over at this, just trying to find some ridiculous angles. He wanted to go for the resets, but obviously couldn't with the attention there from Exet. They clean up the western side of the zone. Then you've got Jailings running away from 100 Thieves at the north. LG, they won't have that too hard a rotation, I think, from the east, actually. But in the center of it all, looking down at everybody else, we have Black Hand.
Black Hand looking to take another dub under their belt at this tournament. 100 Thieves play this out as a duo. Ooh, nice. Tossed the nade out. Was able to get a crack at the same time. Can they capitalize? Black Hand and Godspot right now as the catwall has been called up.
Finally, they've actually moved a little bit out of some of those fences just to try and worry about the teams pushing in towards their north. It's LG, but I'm not sure they know they're there. The catwalls are up right now. As they go down, Black Hand will see this, but all the other teams are way too focused on each other. They're just going to peek over the lip here and destroy everybody.
LG wasn't playing for the dub there, and now Black Hand are going to be able to capitalize while Exet trying to get around Black Hand, but it's a full man swap from Black Hand, while Exet are playing this out as a duo.
Okay, gravity lift goes up again. That will circumvent the black hole. At this point, there are still 3 squads alive, but there's only 2 members for LG and Exet. Black Hand with a full reset. Once again, they'll peek down and have full vision of these other teams.
Black Hand looking to take another dub here. Exet already cracked. Gravity lift isn't going to be enough for them. Easy flash drops all the way down, and then the last member gets taken out from Exet as Black Hand are your winners for our final game in the series.
has been used to stymie the push from Dojo, but for some reason, nobody's even shooting at Optic. In fact, it's just now that aimbot even takes note, and it's because he's being shot in the back.
They should have had someone definitely anchoring that as Bonex go down. Skittlecakes as well, now dropped and knocked, are going to be forced into the center of multiple teams. All of the attention is now on them, but Enter Force 36, the Dojo is occupying them and able to take them out, but they're running into trouble. Timmy and Design need to answer back.
Now we knew when Dojo started moving off to the south, this was going to be difficult. They were going to have to fight with other teams. They must have known it as well. Oxygen go down in the kill feed. 15 squads left, and Dark Zero have moved in to help clean up Optic.
15 squads in this zone right now is atrocious. Dojo are going to fall, and now Dark Zero have found themselves inching ever so much closer towards that zone. You can see the incoming ultimates that are going to be thrown their way. They've only got the tree for cover, but they will be able to avoid that with ease, but not before Jen Burton's able to grab a knock onto Fnatic's Yuka, who was looking for a chance to rotate, using all the chaos as the opening to push.
Zero!
But Zero, we heard you were a madman, and look at you go.
Nice slide in from Jen Burton as well. Use this Catalyst's immunity to Ferrofluid. They can survive and even thrive in this environment should they play it right. As you say, with not a whole lot of cover left, in fact, almost no cover, we're going to be playing with corners of supply bins as the only real space. Sentinels still hold down towards the south of this next ring and also have the opportunity to play with just a little bit of cover. Them and Disguised actually could go head to head. We talked about MDY White earlier as well, a team that needs to perform. They've got high ground in Cascade and they can even contest Disguised. It is a battle for the high ground as that's going to be the most important thing during the course of this next Cascade close.
Dark Zero, they start to move, smoke and run into the building. Someone's on their roof. That's going to be likely a Pulverex, who have been in this building since the beginning of this game, waiting for someone to make something happen. You've got to realize they're hitting the rotation just to where, but the Grav Lift, they're going to try to play roof, and now Pulverex are going to go under fire. They hit the Dark Veil, but so does Kill Opposing Co. So they're going to go to the right. There's going to be at least 3 of them, and everyone just wants to stay out of sight for as long as possible. Disguised working on taking up as much space on that eastern side of the zone, and everyone's like, throw out the ultimates, it's time to throw down.
And look at where TSM have positioned themselves, right outside of these supply crates. They've got one Catalyst wall in between them and everyone else, but so many more are trapping the rest of these teams inside just a corner of Cascade, the last building available. On the high ground, Disguised have suffered losses. Xenox is down and down for good, while TSM on the low ground play for the kills.
TSM finally forced into FaZe, able to grab a knock on to Snipe. And they are going around the clearing up, and instead it's Dark Zero who falls, and FaZe behind them. The TSM fans, I can hear them screaming, and they just keep going forward. Big E throwing it all down. Let's go. Playing the knockdown Shield of Reps, able to do a little bit of dance that I would never expect. Big E, he is him!
Somebody check him PC. Verholst is going wild on the international stage. Just 50 HP and a dream. He's got a couple shield swaps available, but on controller, it's so risky. Jumps out in front, gets taken down. He's done an incredible amount of damage, but it wasn't enough. Pulverex, smell the blood in the water, or rather on the edge of zone, come down and finish off Realize, earning the privilege of being one of the last 3 teams in the first game on Store Point.
They were able to maintain the high ground as if that push didn't even matter, but now they're starting to pull towards Sentinels. Zenile, maybe 150 HP, trying to heal up is going to be Shunmi, and we are hitting the rotate towards Sentinels. Dark Veil hiding their cover, and they have all of the space, able to reset. The EMP is going to hit.
This is going to be brutal for Sentinels. RKN and Co are slowed, are taken down. Now there is a trade. Pulverex operate as a duo, but we know Pulverex, and Pulverex can absolutely slay out as a duo. They return to the winner's slot in our first game. So the disengage onto the low ground is smart from Sentinels, but remember they don't have a Catalyst wall now, and they're going to need to rotate up towards the north, up towards Ganbare Otosan, who playing under the bridge need these points.
Yeah, but if no one's able to walk across the open water to challenge out on Ganbare, you have to think of who may they be able to do that? Because FaZe, they will have to move ever so closely, but MDY White at one point was challenging Realize on the other side of the mountain, but as that circle starts to come in, you can see Alliance, Enterforce 36, they're all being filtered straight into each other, and the frags, the nades, Effect once again utilizing the grab lift to reposition himself. He's actually doing a good job here of not overextending and trying to make sure he's safe from the left.
But just like the last game, we're down so quickly to just being able to play these supply crates, and it's not enough cover for Alliance to really make an aggressive move and clear out the team that's otherwise rotating behind them. Effect still is in the line of fire, still has so little space, and Enterforce could wipe them out here and now.
And Effect really needed to suppress the fire onto Enterforce 36, so Hackett was able to get the res up on Yuki, but meanwhile, Chuzna, Zhonghee from Geo were able to...
This is the fight.
But yes, this is the good one. Here we go.
At this point, it's FaZe versus Ganbare for a game-winning position, and FaZe take it. FaZe, who need the points, who are fixing the mentals. They have got confidence this time around. They've won the fight, but Zero knows how important this engagement was. Takes to the bridge using that cover of smoke and the recent bloodshed off to the eastern side.
The fact that they were able to get this bridge for free, the remnants of the Newcastle wall, they will keep going forward, wanting to capitalize on the already down players of FaZe, and just like that, Zainu says, I'm here, able to shoot through the Catalyst wall, and Jen Burton capitalizing on what Zero has already started. If they can survive this, they will have such a powerful position, knowing that they're cleared out, and FaZe will fall to the LAN champions of Split 2 playoffs.
Now, that was a marvelous push, knowing that FaZe were too weak to defend. It's great isolation from Dark Zero, and you'll notice nobody's even following up on it. Kraber shot from Realize, gonna go wide. Unfortunately, not enough value out of the Kraber to keep it still with them. Moving on forward, you have to think about how you're rotating to the next zone, and at this point, those teams that have the bridge are going to be the most important. Alliance managed to survive. Dark Zero still hold a bit of the island, but it doesn't have nearly as much cover as they'd like, and Realize are on the push!
Obli able to take down Effect, so now we're looking at a 3v2 situation. There goes the full. This is what they need to do, but that ring is going to be at their back. They're going to keep getting forced straight to that last member of Alliance who was elected to go straight into zone. But when you have sharks in the water known as DZ, they're going to look to encompass as much of that space. Let the chaos consume them. Dojo, Alliance are going to fall, and now Optic moving straight towards Complexity. The same rotation that we've witnessed Dark Zero take earlier.
And can anybody challenge Complexity? Optic certainly can't peek it. They've got plenty of threats in front of them, and it's a certain death sentence to try and send it onto Complexity. Optic are just gonna have to coexist like this, and it may come down to the final circle to take these teams actually enough time to fight each other. Dark Zero, however, they can harass Realize, who are our northernmost team with just a bit of rock cover and arguably the best endgame position that comes with the curse of also being the focus of every team in the lobby.
Yeah, but so can Complexity as well. They're just playing just on the left side of Optic, right out of their line of sight. And when you've just stuck between a rock and a hard place, Realizes Obli is going to be able to shoot straight into Complexity. No amount of bang smoke is going to be able to protect them.
Does look like it's bought them a brief respite, however. Complexity try and get a little bit more space, but this wall from Optic solves the problem we were talking about earlier about being taken down. There are some shots being laid in on them from afar, however, and Noct has gone down. Realize they're picking a fight, and now that we have just 3 squads left, when Realize go forward, they're letting Dark Zero do the same thing, and they have to know that.
They are essentially looking for as many eliminations as possible. And Dark Zero, you know what they're looking for? A win here.
At this point, Realize know that they're playing for second, but now they've overextended. They didn't get the full squad wipe, and they're in the line of fire of Dark Zero. It is a big misstep, a lack of execution, and Dark Zero here to punish it. Quickly, the push comes in, and Drop goes down. Optic are fallen first, but immediately after that, Realize hit the floor, and Dark Zero win yet another game. This next zone close, however, with just 12 seconds left, is going to be very punishing to them. And of course, to Disguise. Remember, Pulverex are going to be holding out towards the eastern side where Sentinels are looking to push up, but Disguise have to take a Valcult, and a Valcult into where?
I don't know, let's jump in with a listen and see what's about to happen.
Here?
Yeah, we need to get there. We need to get there. The team right here, though. Split off of me. Split off of me.
Just land. I'm a fucking wall. Land right here.
How many duos right here? Smoke our feet.
Building,
smoke
right
our
feet. Fucking smoke our feet.
Yeah, I'm trying to. We're good. Just. You can.
I'm batting. My only bat. Drop me a bat, Lou.
Yeah, I got you, brother. I got you. Right here. They're walking up over here. Oh, is that zone? White shooter rising. On the right. We gotta focus this, guys. Okay, good. We got bang ulted. We got bang ulted. You want to bang ult back?
Yeah, chill.
You want bang ult?
Safe on me.
Safe here. Do you want me to bang ult?
No. Save it.
Wall's about to go down, Lou. Be careful. Yeah, so much KP over here.
You should bang ult.
You want me to bang ult?
I think bang ult it.
Okay, bang ulted it. Look for the KP.
Yeah, look for the KP.
There's gonna be a turn. We're on the other side of the nest.
3 fucking bang ults, bro.
Right here, take him right here. Watch the wall right there. Get it. Hit him right there.
We can't do anything.
Look at zone.
Oh, look
at him. They're running over there. Oh shit, I have no energy. Crack, kill this one. Main cracked. What should it be? What should we do about this?
I need heavy.
I don't have any heavy. Here, I dropped your 40 right here. Look at these guys. I think we can walk up and just play like...
Wait for my wall.
There's a team in landing route.
Well, Disguised are safe for now, but it looks like Lou just needs some energy. Meanwhile, Dark Zero were able to take out TSM and move ever so closely towards that next zone. Having that building and everyone needing to push towards them is going to give them the opportunity to rack up so many eliminations. But in the end, Alliance is poised for perfection.
They are the home court advantage team. Alliance should win this game 10 out of 10 times. It's the fundamentals of Apex Legends. Your POI should be your strongest point. And yet, with Dark Zero right ahead of them, can you actually challenge this squad that has achieved so much and that has slaughtered in group stage? Pulver X is certainly trying to contest the high ground, not against Dark Zero, but they're not exactly succeeding either as they're quickly put down by Sentinels. Pulver X are pushed right back down, but the first knock belongs to them, and Koifel, on very little HP, could still be swung on and taken out.
Well, the issue is FaZe is just above them, firing
Sentinels
down at Sentinels.
Gone.
They're getting sandwiched, and just like that, they will be eliminated. Disguise are rotating into the mix. This is going to be Oxygen, and they're going to fall at the hands of a mix of all the teams. Now, Disguised, Dark Zero, still kind of coexisting in this building prior to having to move, so we're looking towards where that zone is going to pull from, because where Alliance is situated, they have to cross a bridge to get across. They need to get DZ off the high ground, because Jen Burton is holding angles impeccably, putting so much pressure on them, even though they have a Trident for cover, even though they have that supply bin. Hack is on the Bangalore, is only going to have at most 2 smokes to utilize, so they'll be able to keep trying to time them, but I think they're going to start moving. But F-Chan and Co, they are the first that have to move towards the building.
Now I will say Pulver X actually have a really nice spot because of the small amount of cover that's going to be afforded to them at the boxes that Alliance are running towards. This is the fight that'll mean a game, but Alliance lose Hackies before it even starts. Yuki's not able to play, has to run right into Disguise, and Alliance are falling apart.
Yeah, but this is all about Dupe right now. Dupe, who was recently trying to get into this more, was coaching for a little bit, puts together this team, gets signed by Disguise, and has made it towards champs. We are looking for a winner's bracket run for them.
Oh my God.
All of the Dark Veils being expended, everyone dropping them. Alliances will fall first, and Pulver X still utilizing the cross-section of theirs and are maintaining the boxes and undercover.
We are drawing out hieroglyphs with these Dark Veils, but Dark Zero takes no prisoners. Alliance go down. Top 3 is theirs. Disguise walk up on Dark Zero, take them out, and it's just Pulver X in the way. Pulver X, who can find another win on Storm Point. Shunmi goes down, but Disguise go out first, and Pulver X take their 2nd win.
Right from behind, and unfortunately it's just going to have to be just asking the teammates to try and do something to save you, but it's not going to happen. Tom Young-Kung now own this building, but they're still trying to find those last remaining players. That 1v3 does not look like a fun one to me, but the Arc Star could make a difference.
Oh, he got stuck, and now there might be an opportunity to fly in. Killerpoint is trying to do what he can, but here comes the rest of the support from the team, and Tom Young-Kung, clean house. Dark Zero eliminated in the meantime, and it was FaZe, I believe, who took them down. Realize also fallen, and I mentioned how this shift has affected so many teams, almost a fake prediction on where they thought the game was going to be going, and now they're all feeling the effects of it. right now. Sentinel's still alive though, looking to clean a little bit of space in front of them. The black hole's gonna go down. Is it gonna connect for big damage? Yes, it is. Koiful gets that entry damage and gets a knock as well. Northemption have been eliminated. And you have to just say that Sentinels are in a fantastic position for this endgame.
Yeah, Sentinels have poised themselves very well here, and they've been well aware of their surroundings to make sure they don't allow anyone to just creep up on them. Dojo, after that initial win down in the southwest at Thermal, they're still alive as well, trying to make sure they can ensure their place in the winner's bracket. And enemy's doing a job here with the R99.
Enter Force 36 are eliminated, TSM eliminated as well. The Dojo, who needed this game, who wanted to have this game where they get points on the board, followed up by kills. It's almost been the perfect game for them so far, Dan. Winning the contest and then going forward on the rotate, finding their way to zone, and picking up yet more KP alongside it.
And with that KP, that sends Dojo to an overall of 102 points. Now for me, that's a good cutoff. That's what we're expecting, 100 to be that barrier. So they should be good for the winner's bracket, even after match 4 here. But look at FaZe. They need points even more than the likes of Dojo, and they're gonna have to do it as a 2.
Do not reload your gun, do not pop any meds.
Do not breathe.
Do not breathe. No bodily functions for the remaining members of FaZe Clan. Dojo though, confidence, you can see it in the way that they're just walking forward at the moment. There is a care package in front of them. You have to wonder what's going to be inside that, and if it's going to help them towards the end game. Designful though, with the wingman in his hands. One of my favorite players to watch with the wingman. He's always dinking away at those shields, and if he hits a headshot, it's usually the trigger to go.
Snipe down and Frex, still trying to stay alive, still trying to avoid everything, but there's a couple of teams above them. The enemy goes down, and that's not going to be good for Dojo now, because they try and get the smoke down, try and get a little bit of cover. Everything from Timmy being thrown here to get some sort of support to try and get back as a full 3.
A lot of utility being used by teams, understandably so, as we enter our top 5. Timmy's going to have time to reset here, does have the smokes, and he's going to have to shoot across here to help out his teammates survive. Timmy, now left on his own, hugging the care package and hoping it's going to be enough to give him the care to get towards his endgame. Slides away for a second. Can he survive? The answer is no. Dojo eliminated. We're down to 4, and FaZe have somehow taken the high ground.
Yeah, this is great for FaZe because they can now get another team. Go next, eliminated. 3 squads remaining, and FaZe still have this height. It's Optic Gaming, FaZe, and Sentinels left here. Optic in prime position.
Sentinels down on that low ground, a shift of positions. We saw Sentinels up on height just a few moments ago, but they tried to clear out that side of the zone, and by doing so, gave this height up to FaZe. The ultimate's gonna come in from Bangalore though, designed to try and force FaZe off of that high ground. FaZe just eat it up. They don't want to give up this high ground, as Optic just wait on that low ground for any kind of fight to break out.
FaZe should be able to do Optic a favor, and Sentinels maybe actually looking to push the agenda. Perhaps they've sensed that it's just a 2 above them, and they'd rather just wipe them out now and give themselves a fair 3v3, and they will push in, snipe down falls, but so does RKN. And now this should open things up for Optic, but they've got to climb, they've got to go up, but they've got a Horizon.
Horizon with the Q. And now they just send it in. It should be a simple finish to this game as FaZe are eliminated. Sentinels versus Optic. Big spray coming in from Skittlecakes, but he will go down as well. The finishing pieces should be picked up though by Nox and Optic Gaming.
No, TSM are playing this one very careful, not taking any risks at the moment, more than welcoming Optic Gaming to just shadow them for a little bit. But we do see Luda getting a knock onto Rep, so they were trying to back off, but now we see other teams getting involved.
We certainly do, and it's going to be Complexity, and Monsoon poking, but Monsoon being taught a lesson. You can't poke against Verholst. He gets ripped down, and now Reps tries to move in. TSM though, all of a sudden this is getting a little bit risky. It's all down to Imperial Hal, 142, but Optic are just looking at this and waiting to pick up the pieces. TSM down as Optic move in to surely finish off Complexity.
Yeah, and that's a shame for Complexity. They probably thought their luck was in where they're able to get that initial knock, not knowing and maybe fearing that someone else could arrive, but it was Optic Gaming who arrived last. Complexity eliminated, and that might be their chances of the winner's bracket dying with them, whereas Optic Gaming continue to show why they're a real threat.
From Sentinels have got to plan how to leave though, and if they drop from the high ground, it's only Koiful with the Horizon passive who's going to be able to land and shoot almost immediately, so jumping the grab lift down may be a really smart play, and that's exactly what they do.
Sentinels, wow, good damage from the R99, but not enough because Arcane's taken so much, and now Koiful, he's left on his own, and he's hoping probably that Oxygen want to get involved in this one on the other side and maybe hold Optic back. Skittlecake takes down RKN again. And Optic's still very much ahead in this fight, but Oxygen are still not getting involved in the fight because this is far riskier for Oxygen. Optic and Sentinels can play a little bit more free, as now Sentinels will again be pushed up on them.
Scenario goes down once again. Sentinels could not quite finish yet, but they might be in a few seconds' time. Dropped with a beautiful spray, and now snaps onto Koifo as the last player alive for Sentinels. They're out of the lobby. We're down to 13, and Optic, with this smoke, might be able to reset pretty comfortably.
We've got 7 teams outside of the circle, and this circle is closing. All these guys on the western side are going to have to try and force themselves in. Dojo, Oxygen, Aurora, Gambari Otazan, Northeption, MDY White, E36, they all have to move at the same time. It is not going to be pretty in this kill feed.
Gambari Otazan just thinking KP. Forget about getting to zone. We know we're not going to be able to really survive. We've got to clear this side. But they can't quite connect with these shots. The Hemlock's going to come out instead. It's a little bit windy, but snaps on when needed to. Young Heat moving forward now. Northeption eliminated, and even though the zone is a problem, they might be able to just about get inside, but no.
Optic Gaming also got forced into Tom Young Kung. They're currently fighting right now, but it is still going towards Go Next as Fnatic on this northwestern side have been holding this rock for so long as Optic Gaming do get eliminated, but still fine. They're still consistent. It's Oxygen, really, who have to do something as Vayne connects with the Kraber.
Someone go and get that bullet back out of his belly button, because that needs to be reloaded and used again. That was a beautiful shot coming in for Vayne. Can't quite connect with the 30-30 though. Smokes are going to go down, and with a reload of the Kraber, Vayne is feeling hungry for more.
And that's like with the teams left, who importantly needs points? Oxygen, FaZe, Fnatic, they all need big games here in match number 5 to give them a chance to get into that win.
Well, how about FaZe, right? I mean, they've kind of crept their way into this endgame. They have barely had an engagement, barely had a position to fight against. And they are still involved. And speaking of Fnatic, they are also still here. They are winning the fights. Yuka Supremacy might still be something we can talk about, because we mentioned that Fnatic need to win back-to-back games to have a chance of going to the winner's side. It's looking like they may be in a position to do that now.
Oxygen are also pushing up on Tom Young Kung, and it looks like it's going all right, but Vayne's just been taken down. And as I say it though, Tom Young Kung eliminated. So Oxygen have won that fight on the southern side. Oxygen still alive. Fnatic and FaZe also on the northern tip are alive. By the way, Disguised still alive on the eastern side as well. They've been very quiet this game.
FaZe finally up to blues. That's good news for them. With the comms through the win of the fight, Fnatic still alive here, Dan, and picking up KP alongside it.
Yeah, really bad news. Go Next, go down, and now we see FaZe also fall. They're the next team to get knocked out of this lobby. Fnatic down to 2, but might be able to get the revive. It's Oxygen Esports, Disguised, and Fnatic. Now, Oxygen, yes, they've got a lot to do. As for Disguised
are walking up on this.
Disguised want to do this. They want to get involved.
They're walking up on this, but that may have been a mistake, Lou, because you're going against Yuka, and he doesn't miss very often.
Great damage coming out of the Eva 8, and now just trying to use the natural cover that's available, but now we see Disguised. They re-engage, but Fnatic, they're holding strong.
Umachan gets the armor swap though. Can he win this fight? Can he look for the KP on the down players? That's the question. Fnatic will be eliminated. Disguise survived, but it just opens the door for Oxygen Esports to finally announce themselves here in Birmingham.
Oxygen Esports keep their winners bracket dreams alive as MDY White now eliminated as well. And this is getting difficult for a lot of these teams that are just desperately searching for a couple of kills, a little extra placement point to try and secure their spot in the top 20. As it stands, Alliance have just moved into 20th position. Aurora get eliminated as well, and Alliance are keeping the dream alive of winners bracket.
Alliance still alive, realize alive in the game and looking to clean up some KP. Sangyun goes in with the Peacekeeper. Can he hit the grab lift though? Can he survive? Doesn't quite connect, but the teammates are there to give him the assistance, and Dark Zero's games today are done. High ground now being controlled by Alliance, and I kind of want to focus on FaZe because their rotate is going to be very, very tough in the next few moments. Oxygen are making a play now for the track, smoking it off, and I think they want to try and rotate away from where they believe a lot of teams are going to be stacked up. It's Optic Gaming who are shadowing them, but TSM, they're making their move as well behind them, but this is the rotate. This is the moment here for FaZe. They have Fnatic in front of them, but they should be able to eliminate them, and this might be now a clear run for FaZe. They've cut a straight path towards this end zone.
You know what is crazy? Is that there is a world where Alliance, FaZe, and Oxygen could all get in to the winner's bracket. It would mean that J-Lings and 100 Thieves would fall out, but Alliance have lost one. They're involved in this fight here.
They certainly are. Yuki's just trying to anchor for his team, but the pressure is coming in. And now it's down to the long-term duo. Hackis, Yuki, can you win the fight when it matters? The answer is yes. Realize are eliminated, and Alliance live on.
Alliance now surpass J-Lings and 100 Thieves, which guarantees Alliance in the winner's bracket into the top 5. So suddenly we're looking at J-Lings and 100 Thieves as TSM looks like they're about to go down as Hal tries to hold on strong as the last remaining player.
Hal's still alive for now, but he's getting chased down, and this is going to be KP secured potentially for Oxygen Esports. And hasn't this just got interesting? Optic Gaming eliminated, TSM eliminated, and it's almost as if it was scripted. Our final 3 teams, Alliance, FaZe, and Oxygen.
And I believe all 3 of them should have done enough to get to the winner's bracket at this point. They should be pushing J-Lings and 100 Thieves out of the winner's bracket spots, but they will not know that. They will still think they need a victory to try and secure this. And of course, admins will always make the final call here. This is only the match that I'm doing, but it looks good for all 3 teams involved in this final circle. You could not write it.
I always like to rely on your maths more than mine. Thank goodness that you're in charge of that. For now, though, what a performance has been from these 3 teams. And look at Snipedown. He is locked into this game. And let me tell you, I've commentated over this guy for a number of years. And when you see that face on Snipedown, he knows that it's time to turn up.
Who can get that final victory to give them that extra confidence boost to be in the winner's bracket tomorrow? Because FaZe, on to 99 points. They sit in 20th position. They do surpass J-Lings and 100 Thieves. And that's so tough for both J-Lings and 100 Thieves as Alliance down to 1, but still trying to stay alive.
You can see that Alliance, basically all that FaZe were interested in doing there was just forcing Alliance in, but I think you can see the smile on Hacker's face. All of a sudden, I think he realizes that the job might be done for Alliance. FaZe want to close out here. They have the high ground.
FaZe have got the high ground to work with, a very similar circle to what we saw earlier. It was a very difficult fight when we saw it for FaZe, as they only had 2 players last time they were here, but now they have the full 3.
Alliance eliminated, but I think the job was done early on when they won that contest against Dojo. Now we have a 3v3 to decide who's going to be our final champion of groups. It's Oxygen Esports versus FaZe.
Sounds like more Oxygen fans than FaZe fans, certainly that is for sure, but it's high ground versus low ground. A tale as old as time. I know where I would prefer to be, but there's a lot more involved. It's also who's got the utility, who's got the ultimate. You can see Vayne just waiting for that rolling thunder to come through, and that might give them the ability to just push up on this final circle, and he is going to have it very, very shortly, and that might just be the play that Oxygen go for. And when they do get involved in this fight, I mean, a composition like this is very good for 3v3s. You've got Reeds available to give you the scan, to give you that information, Aiden on the horizon to try and change things with elevation.
Well, we've heard from the Oxygen Esports players themselves, right? They believe they're one of the best 3v3 fighting teams out there. They relied on those 3v3 fighting skills to get them into the position they found themselves in just about a month or so ago now at the Split 2 playoffs. Well, the question is, can they take down the experience? It's almost the youth versus the experience in esports against each other now. FaZe holding strong.
It's crazy earlier you said one of these teams' days is going to be ruined, and I didn't think it would be 100 Thieves and J-Lings, but alas, they will be in the elimination bracket. Now here is that rolling thunder we were talking of. This is where they try and now push up and try and gain a little bit of ground. Dark Veil goes down just to cut that map in half, but now the black hole is going to be available, but does not get used.
Interesting. FaZe are holding themselves into a pretty strong position at the moment. The black hole should come in, but FaZe have stepped back. They've almost baited it in, they've destroyed it, and now the question is, do FaZe have it available? Yes, they do, but Phonyhead's got to get into a position to use this, or maybe he's going to step through the Dark Veil, to do more damage himself, but he will go down. Frex now left on his own, and Frex needs to win this for FaZe. He gets 1, but the question is, can he clutch? Playing down by the knockdown shields, stepping forward, popping themselves, but can he pop some bodies? No! Oxygen Esports, they leave it late here in Birmingham, but boy, what a performance that was, those final 2 games.
Oxygen send themselves to the winner's bracket. The victory is massive for them, and they show why they need to be considered genuine contenders in this tournament. It was a slow start, but when they got going, boy, did they show what they meant.
These are the top 20 teams overall in the tournament. They will be in a separate group.
Yeah, look, super excited to see the Dojo come in there, straight from last chance qualifiers into the winners finals and champs.
Now we have a chance to see them do it. On this second half, though, Zephyr, we have set up our elimination bracket round 1. This is not a place you want to be. It's not over, but you now have to start sweating a little bit if games 1 through 3 do not go your way.